Did you know that our area changed hands between the Union and Confederate forces more than 70 times during the Civil War? And while that fact may surprise you at first, the more time you spend here, the more you will see what all the excitement was about. With views of the Blue Ridge Mountains and its surrounding rolling hills, the area's historic architecture, the charm of neighboring small towns, our farmland and open pastures, all the ingredients that create a great place to call home, and of course, a great place to visit. Look around. The sheer beauty of the Shenandoah Valley can be intoxicating. Whether you have a few hours to visit or a week-long vacation in mind, we will make sure you're well fed, entertained, and have time to relax. Yes, we have plenty of history to go around. Why, people travel from all over the country to stand in the very office where George Washington planned and supervised the building of Fort Loudon. And then take a short scenic walk to the house that Stonewall Jackson once called his headquarters. For a comprehensive perspective of our history, the Museum of the Shenandoah Valley, which was designed by internationally recognized architect Michael Graves, has something for everyone. With its 6 acres of gardens, historic home, and museum, it's easy to see how one can spend an entire day experiencing it all. For a perspective of the life and times of the people who lived here in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, Belle Grove Plantation has remained virtually unchanged through the years. The plantation includes the main house and gardens, original outbuildings, a classic 1918 barn, an overseer's house, the slave cemetery, a heritage apple orchard, and scenic mountain views. Make time to learn about early valley settler Abraham Hollingsworth. He referred to our scenic views as a delight to behold. His historic home, aptly named Abram's Delight, was built by son Isaac in 1754 and is the oldest home in Winchester. There is also a period log cabin on the premises which you can tour. Look for the Newton History Center in nearby Stevens City. It offers visitors the opportunity to learn about wagon making, wagon road settlement, and the town's role in the Civil War. It's easy to see why Winchester-Frederick County has long been known as the nation's apple capital. Each spring, the famous Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival draws over 250,000 visitors and hosts the world's largest firemen's parade. In addition to apples, our farm markets offer residents and travelers the best produce, fruits, and other local offerings, as well as a chance to see a real working farm. Speaking of farms, don't think that just because we're out in the country, we don't have our share of culture. Music, dance, theater, no matter what form they take, the arts have always had a home in Winchester-Frederick County. Our area boasts a plethora of passionate artists who are always creating new pieces of art for you to enjoy, whether it be in a gallery or from the stage. But let's face it, whenever we travel somewhere new, one question always comes to mind. Where is there to eat around here? We promise not to let you down in that department either. Here you will find Mexican, Asian, Italian, American cuisines, and more. From intimate settings to outdoor dining areas, from great meals in a casual setting to gourmet food in an elegant atmosphere, there is a dining experience to satisfy every palate and budget. Don't forget to get out and breathe some fresh air. Along with our wonderful parks and historical outside attractions, we've got golf courses, horseback riding, bike trails, and our beautiful downtown walking mall waiting for you to enjoy. Why, we've even got an old-fashioned drive-in theater where you can roll down the windows on a warm summer evening and scoot up close to your loved one while the kids eat popcorn in the back seat. Oh yeah, the kids. We have tons of stuff to keep them occupied. A Shenandoah Valley Discovery Museum with its interactive hands-on exhibits. Dinosaur Land, which has more than 50 life-size dinosaurs. An animal park with lions, monkeys, and hundreds of birds, reptiles, and mammals, and if they really need to let out some energy, turn 'em loose at Fun Expedition. Anyway, we will make sure they sleep well at night. We mentioned history earlier. Well, Civil War buffs tend to go a little wild here. But don't worry, even if you're not an aficionado, you can still gain a huge appreciation of the amount of history that took place here. Places like the Old Courthouse Civil War Museum, both a Confederate and a Union cemetery where over 6,000 soldiers are buried. And the annual Cedar Creek reenactment with more than 8,000 soldiers on an actual battlefield. A Civil War Orientation Center is located within the Winchester-Frederick County Visitors Center, which includes an interactive kiosk and a brief film to help orient you to Civil War sites within the Shenandoah Valley Battlefield's National Historic District. We know you will enjoy visiting our area as much as we enjoy living here. Come back often, hit all of the must-see places, or explore some lesser-known spots on your own. You'll also find our people as friendly as the surroundings. You know the type. Happy to point out the best place to grab a sandwich, or take the time and give directions if you're lost. The kind of people that you'd like to call your neighbor.